Barnes and Leslie. We are your Morning X. We're looking for somebody. If you share a social media account with your significant other, you have one of those really cute co-accounts, we would like to speak with you. That's all. We just want to talk.
We want to learn something.
Want to learn something. If that's you, and what's funny is so many people are like, I know someone, but people are afraid to come forward. This is not a bashing. It's just a discussion. That's all. 470-741-4999.
Today, what do you have to look forward to? Of course, Steve's College of Musical Knowledge every weekday. At 1:45, Steve's going to school you and give you tickets. He's got tickets for a 99X show, Better Than Ezra, the Legends of the Fall Tokyo Drift Tour at the Buckhead Theater, November the 19th. Still tickets at livenation.com, but the Steve Show has those for free today.
When I saw Steve yesterday, he was very nervous that he was going to be chosen for our Name That Stem or How Many Stems or What's That Stem game.
He got nervous? He's good at this.
I know, but he gets very sketchy. He's like, is it in our genre? Is it in our world? Do we play it? Do I play it on the House of Retro Pleasure? I mean, he gave me like 500 questions. I was like, Steve, you haven't even been chosen yet.
It's not the Hoodoo Gurus.
It could be Leslie, it could be Will, or it could be Jill.
That's true.
So you have a 75% chance you're not even going to be picked. That being said, coming up here at 8:05-ish, we're going to get into it. We're going to have a listener join us, and they're going to pick who gets to play. We have a song that I've deconstructed, and it's only parts of it that they'll get to hear, and they'll gradually will add instruments in and see how many stems it takes for whoever to guess. So that's coming up. There's a little news coming out of Florida.
Oh.
Again.
Yeah, I want to play a clip of the mayor from Tampa.
Okay.
And, I grew up, and I know you did as well, on the Gulf and on water.
Right.
And this was part of my life. My whole childhood was running from hurricanes.
Exactly, yeah.
Me as well, living in Alabama.
Yeah.
Right, in Alabama. And it's traumatizing, and it's something that you remember forever. Like everything from like the wooden things piled. And if you didn't live in the South or along an ocean, you probably haven't ever been through that. You have these things to cover the windows. And when you leave and you're in one-way traffic that's not going anywhere. But never in my younger years did I ever hear someone come on the news and talk like this.
What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out. What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
I've never said that. And 10 to 12 foot surge. I mean, if this takes a jog to the south, that's going to save us from the storm surge. But it stays on the track that it's projected to be on right now. Or if it goes a bit north, would be even worse. Some of the predictions are saying that Pinellas County, to the south of us, the entire county is going to be underwater. So this is something that I have never seen in my life. And I can tell you that anyone who was born and raised in the Tampa Bay area has never seen anything like this before. People need to get out.
And your message is just, this isn't survivable.
If we have that predicted storm surge, it is not survivable.
If you don't get out, you're going to die.
I've never heard anything like that before.
Ever.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you talk about climate change, whether or not you want to believe that's a factor or not, but there's other variables. With Helene coming through, we still have all that debris on the side of the roads that they haven't even cleaned yet.
That is massive. And what's weird is my daughter, who lives in St. Pete, she evacuated Monday night, and it took her 4 hours to go 60 miles. Just trying to get out of there. But there are homes and neighborhoods, I feel just horrible for these people. Their entire life is piled up on the curb.
Yeah.
And then you go 2 blocks over and there's nothing. Right. There's no damage.
But they're saying all that debris in that storm surge is going to start floating. Some of it could be used as a projectile.
Yes.
When you have these 100+ mile an hour winds. I mean, it really is catastrophic. And if you're on that dirty side of the storm, like they are where Tampa Bay is located, if it keeps that track, holy smokes, it's going to be horrible.
Did you guys see that Florida meteorologist?
Yes.
One of the NBC affiliates who just couldn't hold back his tears talking about Milton. That was really hard to watch.
He's been around a long time, and he was reporting from home and just almost broke into tears and had to stop. What was the worst hurricane you ever went through, Leslie, growing up in Mobile?
Oh, there were so many.
Do you remember Allen? That they're saying that this one is even bigger than Allen.
Yeah.
Allen was in 80. I remember that one. I think I was like, 12, 13, and just leaving. And I didn't understand, I was like, what, we're leaving? I mean, and my daughter went through it. She called me Monday night as she was driving out. She was headed over to more like the seaside area to get away from there. And she had a cat, a dog, a snake, like all these animals in the car. She's house sitting a cat. You have to take the cat with you. But people are taking what they can take and wondering if they're going to come back to anything.
Yeah, it reminds me of Hurricane Andrew in South Florida.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That one was catastrophic. And yeah, Barnes, I'm already seeing people, thousands of people evacuating the entire West Coast. I'm watching the Florida Department of Transportation cameras, and it is just bumper to bumper traffic. So I'm glad a lot of people are heeding these warnings.
The ones you're seeing today on Wednesday are the ones who are like, I'm staying. And then you hear a message like, you stay, you're dying.
That's crazy.
Now, were you ever on the air anywhere? Because I remember, camping out at a radio station. We had to have a civil defense card to even get out on the road. But staying on the air through all of this to report, before you get bumped off the air. But
yeah, I don't remember I was too young. I didn't start on the air until I was 16. So there might have been a hurricane, but nothing like that. I mean, Celia in the early 70s, I don't remember, but that was devastating. Mm-hmm. And they're saying that this one, when it hits, is going to be way more devastating than anything you can think of. Think about it. Tampa in 100 years has not seen something of this caliber. That whole area, I mean, you say a prayer because you can't even process it.
You can't even process it. But Crash, you have a lot of friends down there, don't you?
Yeah, I got a lot of buddies that are on the West Coast, Fort Myers and Naples, and and I've got family too that's over in Tarpon Springs, over there by Tampa and everything. My brother, who lives in Miami, is also preparing because if this thing shifts a little bit, he could get some of it. So, yeah, this is just horrible, horrible news, especially coming off the heels of Helene. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's just a really wicked 1-2 punch that was so uninvited. So our hearts and prayers go out to you if you're listening. I know we have a lot of people that listen down there.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you've gotten the hell out of there and those roads lighten up for the stubborn people who are trailing. But yeah, if you're not gone yet, it is time to get the hell out. This is unlike something we've ever seen. Crash will keep you up with details in traffic as we move along.
Yeah, we have a sister station in Tampa, too. We have been coordinating with them, so we are ready to go to back them up and give them as much assistance as they need. So I'll have you up to date on everything as the morning goes on.
We are the Morning X. This is 99X.